Right, so you've bought yourself a 410 Polycraft, and I could actually almost guarantee you're finding water in that hull and you don't know why. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why and how to fix it. Let's go. Well, this is a bit of a different episode, guys. Today, a bit more of a, I guess you could say, a catch-up lifestyle sort of vid, but we're going to most importantly, I guess, tackle the biggest problem with Polycraft 410 Challenger, which is the way it leaks. But there is a way to solve it, so stick around. But I mean, I guess one thing we can take that's positive from today, terrible weather, as you can see. But the old water tank, she's overflowing. I don't know why the rooster's out in the rain. But yeah, the water tank's overflowing, which means we've got a lot of fresh water, which is fantastic. Can't complain with that, but yeah. So here's the 410 Polycraft, and as I said, I can guarantee that you've been using your 410 Polycraft. You thought that your best friend when you've purchased it was going to be the fish you're going to have on board or the tackle or whatnot. But no, you're wrong. Your best friend with your 410 Polycraft is going to be this stuff here, Selleys All Clear. That's right. I guarantee you've got back to that ramp and you've found a huge amount of water in the transom and you just can't work out why. Well, I'm going to show you the three main places that water gets in on these Polycrafts and how to fix them. Let's go. Okay, now first up, what if I was to tell you that you don't even need to take the cover off the poly to solve the issue altogether? That's right. So I've already done a couple of mine. Now, the first thing I find is it's very, very difficult to get a good seal with the Polycrafts. And the thing is, I find that the bungs aren't usually set properly. That's right. This is the first place they're going to be leaking from, would be the bungs. Now, I know that sounds pretty obvious, but unless they've actually used the Selleys All Clear around these bungs, then you know, you're fighting a battle. You need to make sure that your bungs have nice new rubber O-rings on there that are going to seal perfectly. But as I said, most importantly, as you can probably see there, we've got a lot of Selleys All Clear on there to really make sure that that is sealed. We make sure that when we screw into the holes here, that these screws are screwing in to the silicone and the silicone is coming back up over the top of the screws. That's pretty important. Okay, now the new 410s and the new Polycrafts, I know that the bung holes are molded in. I get that. So then, therefore, you've just got to make sure that those holes are very, very clean, because a clean hole is a good hole. Sorry, kids. But most importantly, it's going to stop the water from finding little bits of gear to create that ingress. So that's super important. As I said, if you're putting bungs in, Selleys All Clear. It's the only stuff I've found that bloody works on this thing. Now we go up the front, okay? Here's spot number 2. Now, why Polycraft has done it the way they've done it is beyond me. I actually passionately hate this about the 410 Challenger, but it's the way they've got the anchor well drainage system. Have a look at this. So all we've got here is what looks like a bit of fuel line or something like that drains from the anchor well out. But if you have a look here, okay, here's my unloaded water line, okay, bang, straight up to that fella. Now the thing is, they don't put any of this Selleys All Clear around the pipe. In fact, that pipe there is just pushed through the hull and just lets water flow in. It's crazy. So there's number 2 of where your Polycraft will be leaking. Number 3. Now this is one that is going to be a constant challenge for you as a 410 Challenger owner, and that is where you winch the boat from. Here, have a look at this. It's going to be a bit difficult, but this here, as you can see, this little gap up the back here, as you winch, this over time pulls out, and you get a gap behind the winch, I guess, tow hook eye plate, and that lets water go up into there and up into there. Now, those 2 spots there on that winch eye, that just lets water come in as you're sitting still or as you're pumping into stuff, and that's enough to let water in. To be honest with you, I've got no idea why I've got water coming out of that. Oh, no, there we go, that's why. Overnight stormage. Bit of storm damage. But yeah, so that's where you're going to find a bit more water coming in, is going to be in through that tow eye there, or the winch eye, whatever you want to call it. So the solution there is a lot more of that all clear and just goop it right up. And if you can get to the back of it, tighten it up, I don't know, every 2 or 3 sessions, and that'll keep it really nice and clamped. It's a bit of a pain in the ass of the polys that we get that much water in. It's a good thing they're unsinkable. But when you've got a boat with that many, I guess, positives, sometimes a couple of tiny little negatives, although some would say a sinking boat is a huge negative, isn't such a bad thing. But as I said, by following those 3 quick, simple tips, it gives you an idea on how you can quickly solve the problems on your 410 Challenger. But anyway, guys, there was a quick update video on some problems you may be having with your Challenger. As you can see, I'm blessed with terrible weather today. The house is actually almost finished, which is bloody good as well. But the worst thing is, those paddocks are going to start needing mowing soon. Damn, that's going to be a lot more work. But anyway, there's a quick little catch up on the 410 Challenger and just some little modifications you can do to make it just that little bit better. Anyway, guys, I hope that helped, and we'll see you on the next episode. See you later.